Hello and welcome to another SIP Solves. Today is the follow-up of the Problemist problem section uh, solving. For the introduction, I referred to part 1 of the video, and today I'll be tackling the second half of the tasks to solve of the puzzles, number 111 till 120, and we'll see if these are more difficult or easier than the first 10. Usually in this kind of collections, the later ones are harder, so I'm a little bit worried about the video length, but we'll see. However, before I will start solving, I will come back to the last position of the first part, which I didn't really solve in the end because the end game I couldn't find the main variation. I did find a lot of wins, but not a proper one for composition, one that's sharp. And I will just go through the solution once again and show you the variation which I found out in the meantime. So the combination is like this. White creates a free tempo, plays 50-44. Now makes a hole at 29, like this. Gives 3 pieces to king, takes the king. Yeah, and this is the end game, what it's all about. And I think I was looking at 12-17, at 18-22, maybe 7-11 even, but I couldn't find the correct variation, the intended solution by the author, and turns out it's 18-23. Then white makes a king indeed, and black doesn't try to defend the piece. Well, there's no point, maybe anyway, but just goes to square 34 immediately. White has to stop this piece. Black plays 7-12. Now white has to move their own piece. And now the key move 44-35. And basically there's nothing black can do about this 1-4-2. Black attacks here. White creates a tempo by going to the other side. And then taking this piece as well. So black has to play here 12-17. And now it's time for the very small combination. And black is locked in the corner in the end. So this was the intended solution. It's always a bit hard to find when you have to find a certain black defense, but this is it. And then now it's time to start with the 10 problems for this video. As always, there's a link in the description if you'd like to try it yourself first to this Lidaughts study. And now I will start. Let's start the timer. So 111 is by Herman Spanjer again. There was also one in the first 10 solutions. And in the description it says endgame forms a challenge, and the hint is Lidaughts 2023. Now I don't know what to make of that hint, but maybe it will ring a bell when we get there. First I have to try and find a combination for white. Unlikely that it's a forcing, could be with 40-35, but I should really turn off these notifications, by the way. All right, I see a combination. Which must be the one. Of course, here you can see already a path. So I think it's 29, 24. Now 20, 32, 28 looks interesting, but first we have to create a piece on 25 so that after taking we actually end up with a tempo, a free tempo. Otherwise the combination stops and we have only made it 2 for 2, so that's not, cannot be the intention. Now black actually has a choice. So let me think for black. If I were the black player, what would I do here? Because what white's going to do, white's going to take to, well, either 12 or 14, depending maybe on how black takes. Because yeah, maybe this is what black will do in the end. I will first show you what white will do after this one. Now we have to take to 14 to create a free tempo, because this piece needs to be transferred to 43. And this is now possible with 39, 33. 42, 38, and then taking 3 might seem interesting, but black keeps the piece at 45, so it's not good. White has to play here, and then gives away 2 more pieces to get to square 7. And now we have 5 against 3. It's quite complicated. Yeah, so this could be one, the intended solution, or if black takes otherwise, 23 for 22 first, we have to take. Then we don't have to create the tempo. We can just take to 12 and take this combination right away. And actually, this seems totally over because white is very close to 2 kings, and yeah, here there's no defense for black. Black is much too far from the king line, so this is definitely the side variation, and the main variation will be 23 times 32. So yeah, white has to take 14. Now we don't go for this 1, 3. We have to make the tempo. And we take to 7. And this is the end game to solve. Try to think what are the main variations here. Well, what seems clear is that going to square 1 is a big threat. Because if black has to close, then we take just 1 for 2, and this 3 against 2 should be quite easily winning. So I think black will have to exchange here. I just don't see any other way to prevent white from getting a much easier endgame. So black presumably changes. And now this is 4 against 2. However, this might also just be easy after 7-1 because this king blocks these 3 black pieces, and this piece stops this black piece. So does it mean this is an easy win? I mean, I think so, because I'll just create this opposition here, and whenever black goes, well, let's say to these 3 squares and gives away 2 pieces, I will make sure my king stays here. Then, yeah, my king will be in time to stop the black piece in the corner. Or is there some way that black might interfere with that? Yeah, I don't really think so. So just to show you an example, let's play some very quick moves. This, I will just wait. Now this black is forcing here, so I have to just go to the other side. Now I still have to wait a bit. Now I can go back to this side. Let's say black builds up like this. Yeah, and I don't see how this opposition can interfere with this kind of opposition with the king against the 3 pieces. Black has to give, and white stops black in time. But this obviously is not the intended solution, because there are just way too many options for white. So we have to find a better first move for black here. It might be 22-27 in fact. Let's look at this. Now still white has the option to go to square 2 and then go for a 1 for 2 afterwards. But more forcing way seems to go to square 1. Black closes will just have a 1 for 2. So black has to go away. Now going to 18 in between fails because of 22-28, and white has to take majority actually, and black will eat the white king here. So then 1-6 seems like the logical solution. And what black can do now is to move this piece to the side. But then again, there's this question: does it really matter? Because still these 3 black pieces are behind the double diagonal, and I think here maybe even the safest way for white to make sure that this opposition occurs is to go via square 6 to square 1. Because there's no way that one of these pieces can cross the line after this will just attack. 13, 18 will attack twice. Is that correct? Maybe not, because this allows... Oh no, right now my idea was just to form another opposition here, 2 against 2. This also is clearly winning, because now the white king on the diagonal only has to stop 2 black pieces. So that's why 1822 is not a good idea. Yeah, so this just seems to be winning, forcing, threatening to go to the double diagonal here. Yeah, the only way that black might defend is to somehow give either of these pieces, these 3 pieces, and use that to buy time for this piece to approach the king. So let's say we try first 27 here. The white king goes somewhere. Go to 30. White wants to stop black again. We give a piece for the second time, 5-10. White wants to stop black again. And now for the third time, black gives a piece. And this might go somewhere. Because now actually black will make it to king. But white might be able to fetch black. Or is white lacking a tempo now? Because if white were able to play here and here, it would be okay, because then wherever the black king goes, it would be trapped. But since white's only here on 28 or 29, black has time to go to square 50. After 38, 33, escape like this. And also white cannot create a main diagonal opposition here. The tempo is not right. Yeah, I think here it might be a draw. Unless I overlook something obvious. Also, if I bring my king to the other side, I can prevent making a king on 50, but not prevent black going to 49. No, I don't see how white wins here. That's interesting. So this very slow idea of giving 3 pieces to buy time seems to be the best defense so far. I don't know exactly if the particular order matters in which you give these pieces. Well, for sure this is wrong, because now after 24-30 white may attack here and stop the piece like this. Black has to be aware of that. Also, what's a bit tricky about this variation is that white now has a choice capturing, which is not really allowed in compositions. And yes, Spanjer has quite a high quality standard, so this will not be the main variation anyway. Maybe I miss a better move for white here. It's more obvious. Yeah, I mean white can also try to stop black like this, but same thing holds. Black can just sacrifice. And here again, I don't see any other way. So maybe 1-6 is not correct. Could be that this really is a draw after black gives 3 pieces. But wait, what I said before is that after 42-37, this opposition and this opposition with the black king looks like it's actually winning. Yeah, there's no reason to believe that's not true. Yeah, so black in fact cannot play 18-22 because of simply 42-37. So again, the question is, how does black defend? Yeah, I'm quite sure we're looking at the right variation here of the combination, because taking the other way here with 22 seems entirely hopeless. Yeah, this move is just too strong and white just goes to king afterwards. So we really have to check this position and find a better way for black to defend. If I don't find it within 5 minutes, I think I will continue to the next one, but I should try a bit more. Oh, in fact, I now see a majority. When you cannot find something, there's usually something going wrong in your brain. You miss whatever move. And after 5-10, 7-1, black has this move, 22-28. Quite surprising. And white has to take 3 pieces like this. Black goes there. Yeah, and here black reaches a draw. So in fact 5-10 looks quite strong. Yeah, now white has to make a tough choice. Are they going to square 2? Seems logical, or making a waiting move with one of their pieces. Well, the author of the article at Twiest already warned that the endgame is tricky, so I do not really blame myself for struggling here. Yeah, I think this is very hard. Yeah, what I don't like about 7-2 is 10-15. Is that right? Well, not sure now, because white might play 33-29, threatening like this. White may have to play 15-20. And now the white king might go aggressive here, but either there or 7 or 11. But anyway, black can take a piece here, or maybe not. After this, white might simply close at 33. However, black may also play like this sticky move, but then white has this maneuver, going to 48 in 2 moves. That might actually win in quite a sharp way. Well, here white has a choice, so this is not, again, a hint that this is not the intended solution. So here white has choice. It is a winning variation though. But black might simply move away as well. Then this move seems promising. Yeah, again, very hard to find the main variation here because there are so many pieces, there are so many options. Yeah, I might have to find someone who just gives me the black moves here. That would be easier, and then it would be possible to solve if I just don't have to find, because finding the white moves is already difficult enough. So far, 7-2 seems fine. And the tricky thing is that it might just end with a giving 1 and taking 3 and a natural position, but with only the king remaining, which is considered sharp, to be sharp. I'm going to move on to the next one because it's already 25 minutes and yeah, it's enough for a try at the first position. Second one is a Sabater, a brand new motif. No need to work out the 3001 endgame, and this 3001 is a certain code that is used by problemists, by composers, to yeah, it's a shorthand for the endgame position. And 3001, I think it means something like 3 black pieces, 0 black kings, 0 white pieces, 1 white king. So probably 1 king against 3 pieces. And there are some notorious examples of that. But let's first try to find the combination. So we know for a fact that black is going to king within 2 moves. and we have to use our tempo in a good way. On the piece on 15, obviously very close to king. There will be time to get there, so maybe that's what we are supposed to do. Okay, I see some interesting idea here. Now I need to check if it works. Because when I see after getting a black king here, and I see this construction of white pieces here, 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 and here, I always think I can use it somehow, because black will have to take like this on the first move. Then we have another free tempo, after which the king has to eat this white piece. And it seems that this is the case here as well. Only question is, how do we what kind of position remains? And how does black defend there? Is currently my biggest question. I don't really see what black's going to do. So the combination I see starts with 33-29. Nice majority to start with. Then moving the piece on 15. We get this exchange in the bottom, and now we use our free tempo to go to square 5. Black takes 3, and now indeed we use this free tempo to catch the king on the next move. Now white has a choice how to capture exactly. I was thinking we go here like this, 5 pieces. Now I see there's another way to take 5. So this is 1. So another way is to start here, then go here, and take 24 last. This is actually quite an interesting moment. And presumably just one option is a winning one. This must be also the motive that is mentioned. So what looks most promising to me is catching like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't see how I can catch 6, or maybe I can catch 6, but only if black takes here. Yeah, this could be it. Because now I'm also able to take the piece on 9. If we go like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, it seems worse for black, but could be that there is something. No, I don't. I don't believe actually. No, I don't see defense for black. So this idea to limit white's options looks maybe nice at first, but it seems like black best takes to 14. And again, I want to. Yeah, I wanted to take here because now indeed I threaten in 2 ways, taking with the king, but also taking with the piece. Ah, this is how we get to 3001. That's interesting. Yeah, 26 takes to 8. Black goes here, and this is the famous motif, which is named, I think, after Guerra or Timoneda. And it's very famous in draughts compositions. So yeah, thousands of problems have been composed that end like this. And here it says we don't have to work out this motif. I think one of the main variations goes like this, here, 6, 11. And as often we end up in the corner. But this is a very creative way of getting there. 914, actually a black kind of action that takes us to Guerra. Yeah, congrats if you saw it from the starting position. I obviously had to stumble upon it. Yeah, so I think so. It also presumes that this is the only winning way of taking for white, and for example, taking like this is not winning. Could be because, yeah, of course, black has still many pieces left here. Anyway, let's move on. Hein Wilsens, Dutch composer, to which this issue of the Problemist was actually dedicated, because he passed away after serving Problemist for a long time in various roles. The writer, I think, also in the organization, he did a lot. Also as a editor for the magazine. So it's nice to have one of his works here as well. And Edwin mentions fine composition by the main character of this issue. And in fact, seeing these pieces on 6 and 1 makes me think Guerra right away. If you're a bit more experienced solver, yeah, this is like a big hint. But first, we have to figure out what's going on down here with all the white and black pieces touching each other. And this might also be quite hard to solve already combination wise. First question is, do I want this black piece to take here? Or do I actually want it to take to 47? For that, my first move will have to be 33-29. Yeah, so far I have much more questions than answers. Yeah, it seems like white has to get to king somehow and then start making a big round with the king, taking a lot of pieces, presumably ending at square 2. Once I heard a kind of description from one of the biggest composers of all time, Andreas Kuijper, that good problem should start with kind of piece on the board, conf. Then something happens, the combination, it will be chaos, and at the end of the composition there will be a motive which will end in piece or conf again, just one white piece or an opposition. But actually this problem starts off with chaos right away. It's not really in the spirit of Andreas Kuijper, so to say. But yeah, each to his own. Mm, I do see a way to get to king like this, but it just costs all my pieces. If I go 35-30, then 40-24, black pieces end up here and here. Then I go 18-12 and 28-22 after black will have to take like this. And last, black should take here and white can go to king, but doesn't really work. Also, interesting first move could be to 12 or 13 or 12, because then this piece has to take 3 all the way. And also prompts black to take 2 on the next turn, which gives opportunities for white to do something. And this is pretty hard, I must say. So far, I don't have a clue. However, I see one more idea. Yeah, I think I got there. Yeah. So in fact, what White's going to use is a very intricate mechanism to create a lot of tempos, and in the end, get to king on square 4. It's hard to describe from here if in case you haven't seen it, how can I give a hint? I don't know. I think I just have to give the first move 28-22, so kind of leaves the position here as it is. Black has to take a majority, white takes, black takes, and now this is the next important move to set things in motion. And in case you haven't solved it here, pause the video, try to see what's going to happen. To be honest, I also quickly maybe went too quick. I also didn't see exactly what was going to happen, but I felt this was the right way, because now the key move is 25-20, which creates another interesting variation situation with a lot of majorities. So first black has to take 2 here. Now we just take the king and another majority. So this problem revolves all about majorities. Now there's just one correct way for white is here, and as I expected, we end up with Guerra or Timoneda once again, and I will not work it out here. A nice one, a lot of majorities. Next, Arjen Timmer, Dutch problemist. He always has, or often has, positions that could be taken from the game. Here, just the same. And the description says that it clears into a short endgame. Now that's what I what I like, short endgames, because those longer ones are really tricky to solve. Now I do see a combination idea. The question is it winning? Because the combination I see ends with 4 black pieces against 2 white pieces. And I'm not too sure about the ending, and I think it's a draw, in fact. So I might have to look for something better. Okay, now I have another idea. And this does seem to be winning. Let me check. So the ideas I was looking at first was 16-11. Black takes 2 here. Then 29-24. Black takes 2 here. 39-34. Black takes back. We take 4-11. And by clearing all these pieces, there's a a shot way being freed like this, 49 to 7. And I think that's what we're going to use in the end, but with a little modification, creating extra tempo for white. And I will just try to think how black's going to defend there again, so I get the main solution right away. Like that, there. All right, I think I know what's the author's intention. So we start in the 1611. Black takes majority, but now we don't perform this shot right away. We first play 42-47, which gives us a extra tempo at a necessary moment. Indeed, we take to 11, and instead of having to kind of give 2 pieces right away, it's 42-47, after which black takes 2. Now we have an extra tempo, which we'll use to get to 6. Then we take this combination to 7, clearing square 1, and making a king. And I believe that the main variation now goes like I did see something. But I forgot. Right, yeah, 4-9 is maybe the only way black can somehow make it a sharp endgame, because otherwise if black just moves away, white can just take the main diagonal, and with the piece on 47, the white king is able to stop 4 black pieces. So black plays 4-9. We obviously have to take to 4. Now black's just able to get onto the main diagonal, threatening to go to 38, so we have to stop it. Then black goes to 37, and here's the small endgame ending with a natural on 27, a standard one. Now the king sacrifice. Yeah, nice, tight problem. Next one by the author of the article himself, Kieboom Twiest. He wrote in the description that he tried many settings and ended up with this one as the best one for this idea. And it was based on a problem from Jurriëns in 1973, which is more than 50 years ago, actually. So let's try and see what's up here. What immediately draws my interest is this move, taking with 47 afterwards. Then black first goes to king, and second we get a free tempos. All right, I do see it. If you know some mechanisms, it is actually not that hard. Still I have to see how it goes exactly, and this time we end up with a black, not a black piece stuck in the corner here, with a white king here, but with a black king on 50 being stuck. The solution indeed goes like 42-38. Black takes to king, and now the key move of this problem is in fact 46-41 here, creating the necessary making the correct order of moves, because white might also try to get there with playing 37, 32 now. But then after hitting with the king, you have to take yourself. So that's why 46, 41 is the main, the key move here. Black is to take 2 with the black king. Now again, just one move, 43, 48. Again, this fails because of taking to 49. Black takes 2. And this is the kind of motive that I know. Some game positions it can play a role, like Bonnard games, and in compositions and other puzzles you see it more often, because in few moves white will take a lot of pieces. So obviously we start 32, 28, black takes 3 to king, and now the second shot over 5, finished by a third shot. So it's like a 3-layer rocket, and indeed the black king is locked in the corner. Nice work. 116. We see a position by P. Kuijper, I presume Piet Kuijper, who called this position a repair of a dork. Don't know if dork's a correct word. He called it a kneus in Dutch. So let's see what he means. Obviously, I don't know this position that he tried to repair. So I will let myself be surprised by what's going to happen, and try to see if this really is a improvement. Already a lot is happening at the start, like trying to go to king. We have some free tempos because after that black also has to take 41. Not really obvious where to start. It's also interesting that there are still a lot of white pieces in the right bottom corner. Obviously, that's where some kind of mechanism is going to take place. Don't really have a clue yet. And with the piece on 45, I would think that this piece is going somewhere, but since 3 and 5 are both occupied, there's no way for white to go. So perhaps it's actually piece 42, which will either go to 4 or to square 2. So far, the biggest question for me is what is the first move? Yeah, quite obvious that we're going to go over 1 hour, the 1 hour mark again. So let me already bring the digit there. Let's hope we finish before 2 hours. This is position 6, so there is a little bit of a risk that indeed it's going long. Yeah, so far I'm stuck at the first move. All right, yeah, I see. I finally see the idea. And the first move indeed is a very relaxed one. It's just keeping the situation as it is and not being bothered by anything going on. Now let me just check how it all ends. Already gave a little bit of a hint what the first move is going to be. Mm. So we end up with 3 against 1. One white king against 3 black pieces. Yeah, and I believe I know what's going to be the final motive. So the first move, very surprising to me. Just let all of this happen. Play 34-30. Like I still take 4. I cannot just take 3 here. And now we play 37-31, creating another tempo. Doesn't matter how black takes. We play 39-33 on the next move. And now we finally use this structure to play 44-39, creating a I don't know how to call this. Well, tunnel for black here. Maybe in Dutch there's a combination called the bril combinatie, like the glasses combination. You can say that these are like glasses. I don't know. Anyway, we use the free tempo to go here and here. Now taking 5 to king. And having a second combination afterwards, 45-40. So in fact, piece 50 is going to take in the end. Now there's 3 against 1. And I believe there's just one way to win, which is going to take the double diagonal, which is very obvious because, as I already mentioned a few times, white king on the double diagonal wins against 3 black pieces. It also means that this is not a winning move, which I'm not going to prove here. I think probably just walks away. I will just show the main variation here. Black has to somehow cross this diagonal, so has to give here at a12. And this is one of those endgames, one white king against two black pieces that you have to know by heart, because otherwise it's very difficult to solve in a game on the spot with limited time. And I don't know how I remembered this, but I know that key squares are 15 and 42. So first move is white goes to 15. I believe black plays to 17. Yeah, and then to 42. So what white always tries to do in this kind of endgames is to bring the black pieces together so you can pin them. And black, of course, tries to move them away to the edges. So that's also what black going to do here to 21. And now the dance of the white king begins. 26. I'll just show one variation. Black moves away. We go here. Black's not in time to run now because we'll take here and go to 47. Black has to go away. Now we force this piece to the center. And the next key move is to go to 4 because you threaten to take them in the attack them from the back. So if black plays here, we attack first here and then here, which I think in chess is nicely called the X-ray attack or laser attack, because the white king somehow sees through this black piece and will always eat the piece 38. So in fact, black best plays 1923, after which white makes another waiting move behind the pieces, because after 32, 37, again we attack on 10, and now black goes 28, and we stop them here. And if there are two black pieces, like this, you always know that putting a white king on the corresponding squares that block them, you will win, because they can give away their backward piece, go on, and then stop them at 47. I'm not sure if this is really the kind of sharpest variation in which white only has one move each time, but I think this is the most important one. So yeah, I would say very nice composition actually. Not easy to spot in the beginning how it will go. The only note to make is that the amount of pieces is not equal. So I think white is one piece up. I didn't count them, but obviously white has to do something in order not to lose. And just nice work, nice endgame, which is very practical, has a lot of practical value as well. So I have to go to 15 and to 42, and then bring the black pieces together. Okay, next. We're over 1 hour already. Still 4 to go, and then maybe the end game from the first position. Tom Kieboom and Twiest remarks that this is here he shows he's just more than megamajorities, because a lot of his compositions involve majority rules, but not just taking 2 instead of 1, but more like black has to take 7 pieces instead of 6, which is a interesting theme, but sometimes make his compositions a bit monotonous, let's say. This is a very interesting position. There are like groups of black pieces all across the board. You have this first group, then you have a second lone piece here, and two pieces in the bottom right corner, while white is all over the center, and yeah, it makes an interesting picture. A lot of pieces and a lot of options on the first move, which again makes it tricky to solve, I would say at first glance. I'll have a go at it anyway. A lot of options too. Okay, at least I see one idea that might work, but so far, because many compositions in fact revolve about finding a way to king, to get a white king, and then using the white king to take many black pieces in whatever roundabout way. Especially if the position is not very game-like, this is often the case. So the first idea I had, there's a risk if I start making moves that I involuntarily actually solve the position. But I think it doesn't work. So one of the ideas, for example, to get to a king is like this: 24-19. Black has to take 2, doesn't matter how exactly. Again, here doesn't really matter how we play this sticky move. And now either 18-12 or 18-13, because it would produce another majority. However, here it doesn't work properly for white, because after 18-13 we have to get 2 and we don't even get a king, and after 18-12 black takes 2, white goes to king. We just take 2 pieces. We need more. We need more. So this is just one idea to make something happen, but not the right one. But of course, the solution may involve something similar along these lines. The question is, how many kings is black going to get? So definitely 1, I'd say. But also this piece may be promoted to king by white. I find this very hard because there are so many first moves and so many different ways, even like this and this. After taking everything, we have another free tempo to use. So I have to somehow trust my intuition here to have a go at solving. It's actually finding the solution. Now this first idea I had, I could also delay it 2419 with one of these moves, because it still kind of works. Because after black takes to king, I make this move. Black takes 2, I take here. The black king will have to take 3 to square 12. Maybe something there I can use. And also there's the crazy move 2117 to start with, which introduces some extra temps and many more majorities as well. I don't see it working actually, but well, who knows? Who knows? I'm almost tempted to just start trying out first moves and then check the kind of resulting position afterwards and try and find a solution there. It's not the most elegant way of solving. It might be more productive than just starting from the initial position. That. There. Okay, I see another promising idea in which I free up at least some of the black structure, like 2319. Black has to take, obviously. Then 1812, black has to take. 1712, take 2. White takes here, and black takes to 12 again, which leaves black pieces here, 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 and here, without these ones. It frees up some of the. It creates some holes as well, so it could be something. It could be something. Yeah, and then I see another idea. Yeah. Because there are some composition in which indeed black gets pieces here, here, and here. There's black in here, which then is being transported to square 29. White takes 4 like this. Let's choose another color. White takes 4 like this. After which black has to go here again, and then the white king goes on a tour. That might really look promising. Just have to find the right way, if I can. So, Only problem is that this white piece on 29 is in the way. Which prevents me from going forward. If you've seen the solution, then well done. It must be. I think it's possible to solve this. Just you have to. Your eye has to find the right idea, to land on the right idea, so to say. There. That's another interesting move to add to the mix. So also after 23, 19, 18, 12, I could first play 2014 and then 17. And then 17, 12. Then these two. No, I don't see it working either. I think this idea of 23, 19, 18, 12 and 17, 12 is promising. But the longer I check, the less likely it is to be correct. The longer I look and I see nothing, the more it seems like indeed it's not the solution we're looking for. I don't want to give up yet. Another idea to check is start 49, 44 and then make this move 50, 45, which will at least create some chaos. Yeah, but probably not very likely, because then if white takes here first and then there, suddenly white's on a majority here capture instead of going to king first, so that would introduce too many variations. I will make some moves just to see if I can get further. I didn't really check this idea. But first I mentioned this, right? So. If only I could get this black king to 29, I would be in a good spot. But this piece on 29 is blocking myself here. Also, this would create again some free tempo, but just don't see how I can align all the right ideas. I'm going to kick myself if I'm if I'm correct so far, and I just don't see how to continue. After this move, there is a majority, and I can go to king, but they're just stopped. Black has no new forced move. Just go back one move by move. Of course, we can create a lot of chaos here with 49-44, but yeah, again, I'm not sure if this is necessarily what I'm looking for. Especially if this king is landing here, then somehow this black construction seems too hard to break. So this does make me doubt whether this is the correct first move. For sure. We'll have a look at 2014 now, even though I don't believe it can be good. But also, this is pretty underwhelming idea. 49-44. Then let's say make a sticky move here. How are we going to do it? Let's say like this. Then this black king has to take 3. Oh, we get to king, which is good, and then we catch this black king, but we just take two pieces here. It's pretty underwhelming, as I mentioned. Maybe I can use this somehow. Sometimes just a matter of combining ideas. So yeah, we have the idea of playing 24-19, where it had this idea of kind of breaking the black structure. I don't really want to check this move, because I don't think it brings white closer to any kind of winning idea. No, I don't see a continuation. This starting move would be logical in many compositions, but here I don't think it introduces something useful. There is a free tempo, but since we have to take back the black piece the black king right away, what's there to do? Well, Tom Kieboom style would be to give these pieces now, and now there are some mega majorities, as you could call it, but yeah, as Edwin already pointed out in the article, this is not about those mega majorities, so I don't think it's the right way to look. Well, I would say very nice composition so far. I don't see how to solve this. This still looks most promising. 2319. I can check this move. I didn't see any kind of idea how to get to king from here, for example. I don't see. So this is still, to me, most likely. Now, if I would like to get to king, I would get there with 49, 44, and then the sticky move here. But again, just leaves a massive block for black, which cannot be penetrated. It needs some pretty good TNT to blow it up. Which I don't think white has in the pocket here. Still, I like this idea most. 1712. Because without this piece on 29, it would be a solve, basically. I would be there already. So I need to find a way to remove this piece on 29. Right. So indeed, solving these positions, it's always about asking the right question. I can remove this piece on 29. I see it now. 27, 21. Indeed, we're going to give a second piece, and now the key move 50, 44. Well, kudos if you already saw that, especially if you saw it from the starting position. Then really, really well done. So I was here before, I didn't see it. Now I see this is the key move, and there is a majority indeed removing the piece on 29. Let's actually see what's going to happen. See what we end up with. Beautiful position, just two white pieces against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black pieces and two kings, and still white is going to win. That's the magic of drafts, the beauty of drafts. Going to a king, black takes, and now we will see how we end up. Probably we go to 49 here. Yeah, there's also another way of taking like this, but that will in fact not give us the win. We have to end up at 49. So we end up with the very known motif. Again, black will be stuck in the corner, giving away. Yeah, and this was really a beautiful idea. I was getting there in turns, but to get it right away was just too much. But we found it in the end. Next position doesn't seem too promising, too easy as a follow-up by Alexander Rom, I think Russian problemist. I know that Wilsens once brought a book by Alexander Rom to Nijmegen Open tournament, where also Jan Groenendijk was visiting, and we're just trying to solve these positions, and they were just so crazy, so hard. But anyway, I will have a go, of course. It looked like definitely this video is already longer than the first solving the first 10, but just 3 to go. I will try to pull through. Yeah, 46, 41, very attractive here because it gets a black king and a tempo. After that, we will take some black pieces. Also, this is interesting as a first move because it will also clear this kind of knot on the right. Do think this is solvable. It will just take some strong imagination, to see how all the knots here on the left and on the right will unwind. Yeah, in fact, I see that. Suppose I start with 1914, so all these 3 pieces basically are gone. Then if 46, 41 happens, black takes. After that, black takes again. We take here, like this. Then black takes again. And actually, there's a black piece here, here, and here, and white can just play 37, 31 and get to king like this. That's good news, I would say. That's good news. Now I have to use this information properly. And see what is going to happen. This is really a training for the imagination of your imagination of your brain to follow where all pieces are going. So especially if I take this kind of shot last, it will be good if I can bring this piece to 43, because it would mean that black again has to take afterwards. That's what we're going to go for. So I'd say we start 1914, then 43, 39. We take backwards, let's say. Black takes here, and then we start the sequence with 46, 41. And we have a tempo here with 45, 40. I don't know if it's the right tempo, and I don't see another option, so that's what makes it a bit tricky. I can already imagine some double diagonal endgame arising. Right, so this. Yeah, this is pretty taxing, especially given the fact that I'm already working for 1.5 hours, and then to have to solve this kind of condensed position is tricky, but I think we'll get there. Just have to pull through, and if I really don't see what's going to happen, I can always just click the buttons. Of course, it's not really what I want. I would like to see it from the position itself, but I'm already quite sure that this solution is correct. So 1914, 43, 39, then 46, 41, then 50, 45, 40. Just have to see what's happening. I can see a great deal, but I have to think, where are those black pieces? I think it ends with a white piece here, a white king on 45, and black king on 50, and a black piece on 44. That's how it's going to end. I just have to see how the white king from square one will go to take all these pieces. I believe it has to move to 6, and from there start kind of a dance. I just want to see from here how exactly. This is for you as a watcher also the challenge. So right, I think, yeah, I think I see it. And actually it's not 1/6, it's the crazy move 1/18. I will show you what's going to happen. So indeed we start 1914. Black has to take majority, 2 pieces. 43, 39. Black takes. We take backwards. And now it all, so this right knot is untied. We start on the left untying the knot. We have just one tempo, 45, 40 indeed. Take, takes, takes, takes. Now we can see this free up. 46 takes. Black takes. And this is the position I was trying to find the right white move. Since black takes 2 on the next turn, we can make a sticky move, and this is indeed the solution. Try and see what happens from here. 1/18, black king takes 2, white takes 5 pieces in one go. black takes, and we end up with this beautiful motif in which black has no more moves and loses. Yeah, I do really enjoy this this kind of problems. Just 11 moves, but yeah, just all this maneuvering shots, interactions, wonderful, and a beautiful ending as well. Okay, just 2 to go. We have Menno Veldstra, position that doesn't look much, much simpler. Let's see anyway. Description: his favorite motive right now, and I think it might also be one of these puzzles where I just have to try some moves to get to the solution. First, have to look a little bit at what's going on. We can already see that black is threatening to take a piece on the first move. Yeah, that seems to be correct. I was just checking if I had original position there, otherwise we'd just be wasting our time. And again, as a solver, I see these 2 black pieces. I see that this is the first move perhaps for black, ending here, which screams Guerra Timonera motif. Just have to find out how we're going to end up there. But yeah, what a beastly position to start with. I do have some ideas for the first moves because we have this knot on the left corner, then we have another kind of knot here, another knot here, which all have to kind of be unwound. For now, I would like to keep this knot on the top right because we can have some majorities like either 39-33 like this, or starting 27-21. Especially 27-21 might be interesting. However, now I see that black actually has two ways to take 3, either like this or like this. So yeah, that will not be the first move, I'm afraid. Then we might have to start on the top right. I think 10-4 might look logical, but it's not logical, in fact, as a solution for this puzzle, because black can take like this and now take here, after which the white king has to move. So yeah, 10-4 definitely not the first move. All of this actually makes me feel that 39-33 is more and more likely. But then the second move is still still a great question. Well, 10-4 could be the second move, in fact. Well, I could have stopped actually, I think, after 8 positions because, or 7 positions, because the last few, they deserve a video of their own, perhaps. Yeah, I do think 13-9, 33, and 10-4 is a really good start because it opens up a lot of the position. I might just have to start looking from there. I'll just check a few more seconds if I can find something right away. So I can see how I get to king. I will just carry out 39, 33. I think it's probable that this is the solution. And then 10-4. So black's only way to take is here. And now I don't really want to take here, but I'd like to take two. Oh, I have to take 3 pieces. I didn't see that. And then it all ends. I wanted to take here, in fact, but I'm not allowed by the rules. But it's quite a bummer. I have to come up with something different. Quite a terror, this this position. I wonder how many people solve this on a average basis for this kind of problem, for the problem section. Perhaps Teus or Arne or Edwin can fill me in about that, because well, this is obviously very, very difficult. With the use of an engine, of course, engines, they will give you the solution typically right away. Just checking if the starting position is correct, but yeah, it seems to be. What do I do here? Another starting move is 43, 38. I didn't consider that one yet. Does it make sense? Not sure, not sure. Yeah, there's no real hint as well for this this position. Only in the article I see that he refers to a mechanism of Leo Faber in 1988. Another thing, what I could do is try to find this position from Leo Faber and yeah, see if it helps me. Because otherwise I'm quite at a loss here. That. Hmm. Well, actually, what's interesting is 33, 43, 38. I'm just going to show you. We're so far in that even just to let's make a tempo just to try and imagine everything from the starting position. It just takes too much maybe time and energy. Even with this move, 1914. Let's see from here. Instead of 48, 43, we could also have gone to 42. This might bring us somewhere. Like that. Certainly a lot of free tempos. And I will just to try and check both these options now. Mm, maybe 48, 42 is likelier. And what I also don't want to happen is 6 to take to 17, because I'd like to end with this Guerra Timoneda motive. So also let's just try something here, see what happens. 5 takes to 14, we take to 10. So a lot is cleared here. Now this knot on the bottom left is unwinding. We still have 2 free tempos. So I'd like to play this, but then black takes here and I have to take myself. And in the other position, this would be here, which actually gives some more, might give more options, because then at least there is a majority as well. Hard to say. Doesn't seem like the solution. Otherwise, we take here to 33. Black takes, we take 2. And again, this could be here now. Would that change everything? Not too sure. Now black takes these 3. Yeah, I still want to make this move, but I cannot. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be right. Or yeah, I have I should maybe look at this move, because afterwards black still has to take with his king, but no. This way. Yeah, I don't see how. Almost 2 hours in now after this position, still 1 position to go. It's a very long grind here. For next time, I know I have to probably cut it into 3 parts. Let's just try something here. First here. And my next option is actually just to ask Scan if they have any idea. This doesn't seem right. Or even wait. If I can take this, put it here. Wait, I could. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah, so indeed, black goes here. We take this, and it introduces a new idea for 46, 41. We go to 4 now. And this, in the end, allows me to play this move 11-7. I'm very, very glad. Let me just see how we take the final round, and I see it now. Yeah, we go to square 4 to 48, and now we can make this move, because no matter how black takes, I don't have to take 7-18. So black takes with the king. I have to take 35 first. Now 46, 4-15. We take 6 here, ending indeed on square 2, like this. And we are at Guerra Timoneda again. This is the main line. Let's rerun it from the first move again. So this last idea I saw was indeed the right one. I just wasn't able to, well, take the energy to try to imagine everything from here. 48, 42. And then this is the key move, 19-14, to untie the knot on the top right. And a lot of things happen. And even here it wasn't that easy. But yeah, visible to see that 10-4 is the solution. Now another key move, 11-7. Very hard to solve this problem. I wonder who was able to solve it just from the diagram itself. That would be, yeah, world class. Yeah, very nice production. Last one, last but not least, I hope, Kieboom and Twiest. This position already looks a lot friendlier. No more knots to untie. Nice collaboration, Endgame from 1888. I'm not such a historian that it immediately rings a bell. 1888. It was a time that draughts was already being played and studied, and positions were already being made, especially endgames, I believe, were quite popular. A lot of endgames are, yeah, old, really classic ones. And this really seems like a friendly position to end with. However, I Shouldn't underestimate it. I do think I see the right idea. So obviously black's going to king, and then with move 38, 32 at some point, we can create a lot of chaos. That's usually what you have to look for in puzzles like this. So I really think I see the right idea, but to be honest, I didn't know this motif was from 1888. So in fact, yeah, what we're going to do is we start 4944 to create the maximum chaos with 3832. But first we played 2520. And this is one of Kieboom's specialties, as I called it, megamajorities. So black cannot take 4 with the piece, but will take 5 with the king like this. Well, actually, by being in scan, I see that black can even take like this, but luckily it doesn't change anything for the remaining position. We go to king. Black has to take another way, and we take 4 in a small circle. Black takes, and white takes to king, and again we're 1 king against 2 black pieces. Black has to go here, and this motif apparently is from 1888. White goes to 27. If black plays 1924, white pulls the piece to 35, and the motif we've seen already a lot of times, which will end with king and black piece on 45. But the added variation here is 1923, and now the only way to win is going to 38 first, allowing just 1 black move, then to 49. Wait. No, there are two ways to win now. 9 or 27. So in fact, this is not the sharpest variation. Like this, here, black can only sacrifice 16, and black is stopped at 49. So in fact, 1924 is the main line, which ends in the corner again, which I feel like I'm repeating myself, but apparently this is where many problems end. Even all the Timoneda Guerra positions, they would end like this. Well, that was quite a sitting. Over 2 hours. If you watched through all of this, I'm very thankful and for your patience. If you've tried to solve all of these and you managed, very well done. There have been some very crazy positions, crazy to solve them. Just from I wasn't able to solve all of them just from the starting position. Let me retrieve some of them. This one was very nice. I liked a lot. This was crazy. So I got very close at the beginning, but I didn't see the key move at first. Got there in the end. Then Rome I enjoyed a lot. It was looked crazy, but it was solvable in fact, and I managed to. And then this Menno Veldstra was the biggest monster of the series. By some trial and error, I got there. The only thing that remains, of course, is this endgame. Yeah, not too sure what to do with this. Yeah, so 5-10 just seems like a very good move to prolong this position and prolong this video. which I don't want to do actually. Just checking if I suddenly see a solution, but just very hard. I may have to somehow get back to you on this one in a separate video or just in a comment. And maybe I will turn in this one into a white only problem in the series, so it's actually solvable for you. I'm going to stop the clock and stop the video. It took me 2 hours and 8 minutes to solve the second half of the series, except the end game of the first one. I think it will take me another hour. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. Let me know if you like this kind of video, this kind of special. Actually, I would like to offer to the Problemist to do this for the remaining, the upcoming problem sections, like in all further issues, because I like the concept. I like to challenge myself, and yeah, just this one really teaches me to maybe instead of having one part, I should have maybe 2 or 3, or instead of 2 parts, I should have maybe 3 or 4 parts, because yeah, this kind of video is really, really long. Anyway, have a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye.